What's up, YouTube? This is Dipper Pro 25 here with my buddy Brian over here on the right,
Big Boy Dipper 25.
and Simon on the left with no YouTube channel. What a bum!
Actually, I have one, but I don't do any videos on it anymore. I'm deleting it soon.
Yeah, bum. Alright, so today we're going to talk about the bullshit topics of dipping and dipping experience and trucks and all that good, happy horse shit in the world. Alright, before we get this dip vid started, you gotta start it off right. Packing a dip. Grizzly Wintergreen. That's right, boys and girls. Junk.
And oh, fuck you, guy. Grizzly mint pouches.
Junk.
Hey, it's efficiency.
Here we go.
It's pre-packed. You don't gotta waste your time smacking around.
Let's put in here.
Oh man, I ain't got that much. I'm gonna kill this too. Shit happens.
There we go. A nice looking pinch there, and just throw it in the mouth.
That's what I got in. I got myself one of these in.
Alright, now we're waiting for Mr. Slow here to finish up. Goes in his tin. Come on. Alright. Right now I'm committing a dip and sin because I forgot my mud jug at my house. I'm over here at Simon's house here. So, I'm spitting in a bottle. God forgive me.
Red Solo cup here.
This is horse shit right here. If you have a mud jug, don't ever use a fucking bottle unless you have to because that's just wrong. Alright. So we're gonna cut the bullshit right here. Worst dipping experience you've ever had?
Who's first?
I think, Brian, you can go first.
Probably my worst dipping experience was Coke Black and Longhorn.
Simon, how about you?
Alright, driving down the road, dipping, and I had a loogie and I tried to spit it out. Went all over my lap. I was like, oh, son of a bitch, trying to wipe out my loogie, and I felt a sneeze coming on. Went away, came back, and as soon as I sneezed, I had dip come out my nose, all over my fucking lap, all over my shirt. I had bad cotton mouth. Dip came out my mouth. It was a mess. Threw my dip out. I was like, screw it. I dipped for the rest of the day. Yeah, I didn't keep that commitment.
Oh, man.
I'll tell you, dip spit burns, man. That was only pouches. Now I can't imagine how loose leaf would feel. That'd just be...
Oh, that feels perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Dude.
That feels like a bright summer day.
Worst dipping experience. Alright, let's see what I got in my bag of goodies here.
One night is down here.
One night at a friend's house, me and my buddy, Rebel Dipping 13, and buddy Tanis, who also does Dipper Pro 25 with me, we were all chilling, and throughout the day we had bought 20 cans of random dips, and mostly Grizzly Wintergreen. And throughout the day I probably dipped about 3 cans of Wintergreen, and finally, did half a tin of Skull Cherry. And I'm sitting there, and Tanis comes up to me. He's like, yo, dude, I want you to do 2 cans right now. So I was like, whatever, fuck it. 2 cans in my mouth. By the time, 5-10 minutes went by, I had such a fucking nicotine rush. Sitting there in a chair like this, not moving, can't do nothing, can't talk, can't move my face. Fucking all I can do is sit there and fucking spit. And, when I was done, I was able to finally get up. And when I went to bed, I was shaking, and I was even shaking in my sleep. Tanis had told me it was nasty, it was bad. Never again. That's why I gotta give a shout out to Mud Jug 1 for doing 5 cans in 5 minutes, because I could never do that shit. Well, on another note, if you guys ever watch Mud Jug 1 in his videos, what he says in those videos is actually true. I've done some research, and I'm actually going out to buy the book that he's talking about for smokers only, because it's a very good book. I've read reviews on it, and if you dip or smoke, I also suggest that you get that book. It basically says, that dipping ain't half as bad as cigarettes is, and, that
Amen.
It's definitely a safer alternative besides what the labels say. I'm not saying, that you can go and complain to your parents if they don't like it, but, Dipper Pro and Mojug say it's good for you. No, we're not saying that. I'm just saying that it's a safer alternative, and it's your own goddamn problem if you're underage and your parents are mad at you for it. I can't do shit about that.
The thing I like a lot better about dip than smoking, smoking, it not only, like, dipping, obviously, there's stories about people getting their tongue removed, yada, yada, yada. And, it obviously screws up your teeth and your lip, and that's it. Smoking screws up your lungs, your teeth, your fingernails, toenails, and it affects everybody around you. Like, if I light up a cigarette, Paul will breathe in that smoke, Floss will breathe in that smoke. It's disgusting. And that shit stays on your clothes, and it smells nasty, and it's gross.
And in Mudjug's one last video on how smokeless tobacco can save your life, in the book it actually says 90% of the cases in the U.S. are caused for oral cancer are caused by smokers. That means 10% or less is only from dipping.
And non-dippers. So you got to take the non-tobacco users and the smokeless tobacco users. So it's an even lesser percent than that from getting oral cancer. Listen, if you brush your teeth regularly twice a day, get regular dental checkups, you'll be fine.
What's a dentist? I've been to one in 3 years.
I'm not saying that, you're not going to have gum recession or anything like that, because, come on, it happens.
Shit happens, and then you flush.
Basically. So, on another topic, we here, us three, we all like different trucks. Brian over here, he likes Chevy. Simon likes Ford.
Stick to it.
I like Dodge. Dodge all the way. If you can't dodge it, ram it. Right? So we want you guys to leave your comments and let us know which truck you like best. For me, I like the Dodge mainly because of the power that the Hemi puts out, because of the gas engines. Dodge's gas engines, come on, 390 horsepower, 450 foot-pounds of torque. What else can you get? And then you got your Cummins engines with, like 800 foot-pounds of torque, and you can get that in a little 2500.
I mean, my cousin, he has a 2500 Dodge Cummins. I'll tell you, the torque on that fucking thing, I'll put it up against any truck you want. Any day, anywhere, anytime. That thing's nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of torque, and no matter how much you lay on that gas, granted it's an automatic transmission.
Junk.
I don't mind. No matter how much you lay on that throttle, however much you give it, it always wants to give more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
Still blows smoke, I'll tell you that.
And that's coming from a Ford guy.
Yeah, so
if Rebel Deppin 13 was here, he's a diehard Ford fan.
He hates Cummins.
He hates anything other than Ford.
My thing is, I've driven Ford mainly. I got a pickup truck. It's a Ford. I have a Mazda sitting out there, but it's completely garbage. An 89 Mazda. It's kind of like a Ford Ranger. It's a B2600. It's small, 5-speed manual. But the Ford I drove, it's a 4-speed automatic. Doesn't have a red line on it. Automatic transmission. For the most part, it is junk. It's a Triton V8 motor, only a 5.4. It's a real funky truck. The weirdest stuff is with that truck. It misfires. The brakes went on it, and it's top heavy. It's like an 8-pound waterhead.
Valve tap, just like a typical Ford.
Mm-hmm.
It's an 8-pound waterhead. You take turns with that thing, 20 miles an hour, it feels like the truck's going to tip over. It's not the best, but it's from A to B. And it's got power, but not nearly what a Dodge would have. And I'm a Ford fan for the most part.
What about you and your Chevys? My Chevy's sitting heavy, and I still ain't feeling no power.
Yeah, I drive a 98 Blazer, which right now is a piece of crap. And if I ever have the chance to get a 12-valve Cummins, I will take that in a heartbeat.
I would too.
like my Chevys. Yeah, I like their pickups. Their clutches are half decent. I love the fact that you can almost get them in 5 speeds, even though you have to special order them right now with their new fucking models. But
new Chevys suck, dude.
Yes, they do.
Oh God, they look like glorified tin cans of shit. You know, they kind of copied the GMC completely.
It's
Well,
because
GMC
and
is
Chevy are made by GM.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Why make a truck that's the same exact style and slap 2 different logos on it? It's like, dude,
Because
you're not fooling anyone.
Because gay man's car can hear every valve yell. That's what it is.
Chevrolet can hear every valve rattle on long extended trips. That's
Well,
it.
Exactly.
yours text on the freaking short trip, so I won't be talking.
That's a 4-speed automatic. What are you gonna get?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Best.
It's also an
A to
F-150.
B, and that's it.
I'll tell you what. Best truck I've driven, and it's the one that I have right now. I have a '99 Dodge Ram 2500 with a 5.9 liter V8 360, and let me tell you, that thing with the 5-speed manual transmission, that thing moves. I mean,
Yeah.
both these guys have been in that truck. That is one nasty.
Tell them about the time in Blue
motherfucking
Mountain when
truck.
you pass that guy.
Yeah, coming home from the fucking ski area doing 70 miles an hour. Dude's not going fast enough for me. Boom, shoot, downshift in the fourth right around him doing 95 fucking miles an
Literally.
hour.
Before I could blink, that speedometer went 70, 90, 95. I'm like, damn.
That truck, you can haul a freaking boat away with that truck, like hook it up to a freaking house and pull it down. Those things are nuts.
Best truck I ever drove. I didn't get to drive it long. My dad was buying some new work vans from GMC. Because he's tired of his Ford work vans and they're too old. So I drove a GMC 6.6 liter turbo diesel. It's a brand new truck and it had only like 200 miles on it because, obviously they test drive it. It wasn't really that bad. The interior is super roomy, super comfortable, great sound system and all that. But at the same time, it's really quiet for a diesel.
Mhm.
It's more quiet than a Buick Rendezvous, which my mom has sitting in the freaking in the driveway right now.
It's
I'll tell you.
because they're trying to make the new diesels better for the environment and better sounding, more quiet.
Wait. Did you use the word diesel and better for the environment in the
Dude,
same
I want my
sentence?
diesel to blow fucking black
Yes,
smoke
because
all
that
over
is
the
what they're trying
goddamn
to do.
town.
Keyword try. It ain't working so good.
No.
I laid on it. I almost had to roll down the windows to hear the exhaust on it. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah,
It moves, but it was quiet.
The best diesel out there, in my opinion, is a Dodge Cummins.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you do, do not get the newer model Cummins because they risk style over performance, and they took out the dual radiators.
Yeah.
So on long trips, you ain't getting that engine cool enough, and they crack.
Yeah. So if you want a Cummins 6.7 liter, 6.7 liter i6, if you want that to perform, what you gotta do is you gotta cut out some parts in the engine compartment, some stuff that's not needed, throw the dual radiators in, and that thing will hum like a freaking hummingbird. It is nice as hell. I've seen people who've done it, and let me tell you what, those motors pushing out 860 foot-pounds of torque are goddamn nuts.
Your uncle
You want to
made
tear
it,
that
didn't he?
Buick in half? I'd love to tear that thing in half. It looks like a green egg. It is retarded.
Well, we're about at the time marker for my YouTube channel because YouTube's being gay. So we're going to have to end this conversation. So I'm Dipper Pro 25, and this is Brian Flops,
Big Boy Dipper 25.
and this is Simon, the Jew.
Yo,
You boy.
Talk to y'all later.